The Haunting of Hollow Ridge Manor. On the outskirts of the sleepy town of Hollow Ridge, where the wind whispered through gnarled trees and the moon cast a ghostly pallor over the landscape, stood a crumbling mansion known only as Hollow Ridge Manor. For decades, it had been the stuff of local legends. The tales spoke of strange lights, eerie sounds, and the fate of anyone who dared enter the house after midnight, a fate from which no one ever returned unchanged. In this story, we follow a group of ghost hunters. Alex, a skeptical tech expert, Sam, an intrepid journalist, and Mia, a clairvoyant with a mysterious past, who arrive at Hollow Ridge Manor in search of answers. They plan to stream their investigation live, eager to debunk the myths and thrill their followers. But what begins as a quest for online fame quickly becomes a nightmare. Alex parked their van at the edge of the manor's sprawling, overgrown lawn. The headlights cast shadows that danced like phantoms. He cut the engine and turned to Sam and Mia. "So here we are, ready to become internet stars?" He forced a smile, masking his unease. Sam adjusted the camera strapped to his chest, brushing aside his auburn hair. "Let's make it count. The viewers love a good scare, but they hate fakery." Mia remained silent, her eyes fixed on the manor's darkened windows. A chill ran down her spine. "Something's waiting for us in there," she murmured, her voice low and strained. "Come on, Mia, don't go psychic on us now," Alex joked, but his laughter faltered. He'd worked with Mia long enough to know she was rarely wrong. The trio stepped onto the creaking porch, the wood groaning under their weight. The door, as if sensing their presence, swung open with a slow, groaning creak. Mia's breath caught. "It's welcoming us." Inside, the manor reeked of mildew and decay. Cobwebs draped the walls like macabre curtains. Alex set up the cameras and motion sensors, his hands trembling. The air felt heavy, oppressive. Sam switched on a flashlight. "Let's split up, cover more ground." "No," Mia said sharply. Her eyes were wide with fear. "We stay together." Sam rolled his eyes but conceded. "Fine, let's start in the ballroom." The ballroom, once opulent with a grand chandelier, was now a decrepit shell. As they stepped inside, the temperature plummeted. Their breath fogged in the air. "Electromagnetic spikes," Alex muttered, checking his equipment. "Something's here." A low, raspy whisper filled the room, the words indistinct but unmistakably human. It came from nowhere and everywhere at once. Mia clutched her pendant, whispering a protective chant. The chandelier suddenly swung above them, groaning under an unseen force. It crashed to the floor, shattering into 1,000 pieces. The trio jumped back, hearts pounding. "Okay, that wasn't wind," Sam said, forcing bravado into his voice. Mia closed her eyes. "There's more, an anger, a presence. Something is trapped." As they moved deeper into the manor, they found an old study filled with dusty books. Sam leafed through one and gasped. "Listen to this." Hollow Ridge Manor was built in the 1800s by William Carr, a reclusive tycoon. His family disappeared under mysterious circumstances. No one ever found their bodies. "Great," Alex muttered. "We're ghost hunting in a family graveyard." A loud thud came from upstairs. They exchanged nervous glances before cautiously climbing the staircase. The hallway above was lined with portraits whose eyes seemed to follow them. One painting of a stern-looking man with hollow eyes caught Mia's attention. "That's him," she whispered. "William Carr." The air turned icy again. From a room at the end of the hallway came the sound of a child's laughter, chilling and echoing. They approached, hearts thundering. The door creaked open, revealing a nursery untouched by time. Toys lay scattered on the floor. A small rocking horse swayed on its own. "This isn't right," Mia said, backing away. But before they could leave, the door slammed shut. They were trapped. A ghostly figure materialized, a young girl with sad sunken eyes. She pointed to a hidden panel in the wall. With trembling hands, Alex pried it open, revealing a journal. As Sam flipped through it, a horrific story unfolded. William Carr had grown paranoid, convinced his family was conspiring against him. In a fit of madness, he had poisoned them and trapped their souls in the manor. binding them to his will. "He's the one keeping them here," Mia said, her voice shaking. "He won't let them go." The girl's figure flickered, and suddenly the oppressive presence returned. The walls groaned, and a spectral form, William Carr himself, emerged. His eyes burned with rage. "You dare trespass!" His voice thundered, making the walls vibrate. Carr attacked with a force that sent Alex and Sam crashing against the walls. Mia stood her ground, chanting a spell to weaken him. "He feeds on fear," she yelled. "Don't give in." But Carr was relentless, warping reality around them. Shadows clawed at their limbs, whispers filled their ears, and terror threatened to consume them. Alex fought to stay calm. He activated a device emitting a high-frequency sound, temporarily disrupting Carr's hold. "Find his anchor!" Mia screamed. "The object binding him here." Sam remembered the journal. They burned it, hoping to break Carr's hold. The ghost howled in fury, his form flickering. "You think this will end me?" he snarled. The house shook violently, debris falling around them. Mia's pendant glowed bright. She pressed it against Carr's spectral chest. "Be gone!" she cried, channeling every ounce of her strength. Carr's form writhed, contorted, and let out one final deafening scream before exploding into a burst of light. Silence fell. The oppressive air lifted. The child ghost appeared again, smiling before fading away. The spirits trapped within the manor were free. Outside, the trio staggered into the fresh air, exhausted but alive. Sam turned to Mia. We freed them," Mia said, tears glistening in her eyes. Alex managed a shaky laugh. "Well, that's one way to make a name for ourselves." As they drove away, Hollow Ridge Manor loomed behind them, silent and still. But the scars of its dark past would linger forever, a warning to all who dared seek the unknown.